What is the most overrated cuisine? Complicated burgers. Some are good but others have far too much on to eat without disassembly or using a knife and fork. Not really a cuisine per se, but, shock foodie, you know those giant milkshakes with whole slices of cake and candy on top, or quadruple cheeseburgers with so much cheese it's running everywhere. It's just not practical, tasty and really only exists to get a cool picture. Gold-flaked cuisine. My cuisine Mike. That guy is an *SS hole and always rude to my Aunt Tammy. Dirty fries. They're just always disappointing, probably because they become mushy and end up like a glorified baked potato. The most expensive dishes. Yeah, man, these diamonds sautéed in truffle oil and emerald dust are good, but do you have a cheeseburger? American Italian. It's heavy and repetitive. Any foam or mousse from a Michelin star restaurant. Pigeon foam. WTF, did I just pay $200 to eat? I don't think Japanese is overrated, but there is so much other Asian cuisine that is looked down on by comparison or undervalued. No cuisine, but I am sick of the whole bacon life meme. It was funny for a couple of decades, but enough already. Bacon, flavored, anything is disgusting.
What's the ugliest name you can think of? *A Lord Buttram. Found him randomly in the phone book ages ago. Poor ***. Pubert. XAA 12. I once knew a girl named Felony. I couldn't believe it. Some people shouldn't have kids. Krentist. In Finland there is name Yrjö that translates to vomit or puke. I had a boss whose legal last name was Reflexia, RIP. He died too young. I finally had to ask what's up with the obviously made-up name. If I remember correctly, it was the name of his band when he was in high school. The reason for the name change? His original last name was Snodgrass. He really hated his last name. I really hate the name Bertha, and do not understand why anyone names anybody that. Olga and Helga are right up there too. I knew somebody here in my country named their kid COVID Rose. I bet the child would spite their parents.
What an average-looking wife can do to make seeing her naked still exciting. Been married 15 years and have 3 kids. My wife feels she's unattractive and tried to protect that onto me, but I still get excited every time she snaked. I'll even stop what I'm doing just to watch and admire her nakedness. She'll ask sometimes about what she needs to do to be more attractive, and I respond that she just needs to show up. I'm 50 years old. Very few of my high school and college friends are still with their first wife. Some of those first wives are in no way fashion magazine attractive. Those of us not with our first wives are envious for friends who are with their aging, extra pounds, thinning hair wives because they found happiness, and that happiness makes their intimacy transcend the marketed narrative of beauty. Been married 13 years and I still love seeing her act. You're probably okay. Confidence and enthusiasm. Just get naked. Pyrotechnics edit. Award givers are garbage idiots. Yes. Don't worry. Wife approaching naked with a mischievous grin is pretty much never going to get old. With the right person, you'll never beverage looking. Over 30 years later, I still find my wife attractive and beautiful.
What dog breed you don't like? Why? Any breed that's existence is full of suffering. Like pugs. Edit. Just for clarification, I don't hate the individual dogs. I hate the fact that they have to suffer only because of human cruelty, and I don't support breeding them. I don't like short-nosed breeds, pugs, etc. Cruel breeding practices. The little white dogs with the gross eye crust that clumps their fur. This post was made by a cat. People beware. Chihuahuas. Too difficult to spell. Bulldogs are the ucking worst. Like living with a grumpy old man that pukes if it drinks water too fast, constantly farts and has a different medical issue every 3 weeks. Pit bulls. Some people think it's a good idea to let them roam the streets of my neighborhood without a leash. Honorable mention for the Tibetan Mastiff. Status dogs. You know the type. Dogo Argentino, Cane Corso, Pit Bull types, etc. These people don't want a dog to love. They want a dog to make them look tough. so it's actually the person I hate. Not related to the prompt, but I really love my dog. I feel like the whole world needs to know that I love my dog. I love you, Sugar, you're a perfect dog. Doodles. Stop mixing poodles with every breed. Hypoallergenic is a myth. Poodles are high-maintenance dogs who need an active lifestyle. Stop complaining about the price of grooming. I'm not a fan cropping dogs' ears or tails for personal aesthetics. I'm looking at you, Doberman and pit owners. Cockerpoos, Cavapoos, Springer Poos, any Spaniel, Poodle mix. Potentially lovely dogs in themselves most of the time, but because they're soofed and owned by people who don't understand that both Poodles and Spaniels have really high needs for focus and training, so they tend to be absolutely manic. Bull Terriers. I know they're wonderful dogs, but here's just something about their face that I do not like. Edit. I erroneously called them Bulldog Terriers, derp. Pit Bulls. What's an unwritten rule about the road that new drivers should know? Assume everyone else is an idiot. Don't be nice, be predictable. What this means is, don't slam on your brakes to let someone else go, drive predictably. The car with the most duct tape has the right of way. Merging onto a highway, interstate should be a very active process. Try to match the speed of traffic and fit into an open slot. Don't slow down to ACRAWL and wait for a wide berth. Always leave yourself a way out. Always. And I mean always. Turn down your music volume when you are attempting to locate an address number or street sign. Green means legal, not safe. Assume everyone is Amaron trying to crash into you. What is something that was once highly respected but is now a complete joke? McAfee antivirus. Ubisoft and Blizzard. Being US president. We used to respect people's privacy. Working in a school. The Russian armed forces. Though to be fair, they are still the second best military in Ukraine. Elon Musk. Man had a hell of a reputation for being a real-life Tony Stark. Then he started unraveling it all with the cave diver incident. Your opinion may differ. The diver incident is when he went from, he's cool I guess, to, he's a total jackass, for me, at least. More recently he's completely tossed any shred of reputation he has by being a COVID denier, getting fully in bed with right-wingers. Being an utter shivio with the Ukraine war, and now his utter incompetence is fully on display with the Twitter takeover, taking a company that was previously doing just fine and tanking it in almost record time. And of course, everything coming out about his legacy, like how he was let go from PayPal because he had no idea what the hell he was doing. Rudy Giuliani. Journalism. There's a reason we call it the media and not the news. The goal is no longer to inform, but to entertain.
You are now the richest person alive. What is something you are still not buying? Twitter. Products from MLMs. That extended car warranty. I'm the richest person alive? So many people are dead. The horror. Any food served with gold flakes. That Epstein killed himself. Loot boxes in games. One of those disgusting-looking gold stakes. WinRAR. Bottled water. When I live somewhere the tap water is completely safe to drink.
Are any of you actually against Biden's student loan debt relief, and why? My biggest problem is that it doesn't actually fix the education issue. We will be in the exact same spot after the debt forgiveness. While I'm not against it, I think a better solution to help prevent the current situation from happening again would be to charge a minuscule interest rate on federal education loans and reset all interest, which would allow a significant number of borrowers to pay down the money they borrowed and not enormous payments on the interest only. Even if the loan relief does happen, it's not going to fix the underlying issues that caused borrowers to get here. The fact that it doesn't address the more serious issue is my main complaint. These loans will still need to be taken out by students. Instead, in my opinion, the interest rates on both existing and prospective loans should have been restricted. Additionally, I believe that students should be given a thorough explanation of what an interest rate is. High school finance courses do not adequately prepare students for the working world. When I graduated, I had no idea what a credit score was or how to get one. One-time adjustments are a terrible precedent. We want college to be cheaper in the future, but this will make it more expensive. The signal to college administrator is, go ahead and raise prices as much as you want, the federal government will cover the debt. Maybe. I'd rather see investment in vocational training. We have a massive shortage of trades laborers, but where's all the stories about thousands of open job posts requiring a non-technical bachelor's degree? This approach is pouring fuel on the fire to placate a group of young voters and drive more public money into private interest groups surrounding the academy.